All right, boom. There we go. What up, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How was your weekend? Talk to the God. You know what I mean? Hope everybody was like me and had a real nice, fun weekend. Actually, since it was a holiday, I was both weekends. How about that? I was a Labor Day weekend, and how was this weekend? Y'all know when I ask, it's not rhetorical. It might be rhetorical for me, but it's for you to ask yourself that in your own brain. You know what I mean? Circle back around. How was your weekend? Did you set yourself up this past weekend for your Monday to be motivational, progressive, successful, or not so much, and you had a bad Monday? Whatever the case may be, we leave that up for you guys to decide. Today on Motivational Monday, I got two of my favorite people going to join me today. Comedian Fig, who me and this dude had the pleasure of going way back to the Uptown Comedy Club TV show days. HBO Snaps, Snaps the album, Snaps the books. I mean, me and this guy, stage after stage, we can't even count how many stages we blessed together with this thing called stand-up comedy. Um, However, I will say, very good friend of mine. He's good in the game. He's going to join us today, as well as another up-and-coming comedian, very young in the game. Not young at all. This is my oldest son, Talent Junior, young talent, we like to call him. He'll be on the show as well today. And what I'm bringing these cats in for, because I want their opinion. And I know I'm me, but I like to step back and look at things from the outside to get a clear perspective, because we're going to talk Figs, my generation, and then we're going to talk to Talent Junior. Young Talent is a millennial. He's a whole nother generation. So what do these things that I'm going to bring up mean to each generation? Today, I thought I'll continue what I talked about this morning on Motivational Mondays on the live. Is I did a short version, so I think it's only right to carry it over. But we got to talking about, to be successful, to have progress happen for you on a continued basis, consistency, and to kind of fulfill your dreams and your goals and your aspirations. You're gonna have to have your third eye wide open. And what do I mean by that? I mean, like, you can't go through the motions and not paying attention. Why am I saying that? Because Talent always says, when I talk about my Motivational Mondays, I always say it's three people in the world. The reason why I started doing this, because of the pandemic. I started doing it because those three people were, somebody's on the ledge. Somebody needs us to talk them off the ledge ASAP. And that ledge could be anything. That ledge could be just giving up on life, taking one's life, owned life, just dropping out of the race, leaving the kids, stop taking care of the bills, the kids become homeless. Everybody's ledge is something different. But I said to myself, there's three type of people. It's person on the ledge, person who may not be far from being on the ledge. He's maybe a paycheck or an argument away from that. And then the third person is the person who's been doing okay. They're kind of maintaining through this quarantine and pandemic and everything, but they need encouragement too, because without encouragement, you easily trickle down that same hill and go downhill to being on the ledge. Now, there's three people that have something to do with each one of us, our own individual success and progress of being successful. And that's people that is for you, to support you. They believe in what you do, or they support you. Then you have people that don't. They don't want to see you win. Matter of fact, it makes them mad to see you win. So they ain't gonna support you. They don't like what you're doing. They hope you fail at it. They taking that much time and energy to put it in reverse on you. And then it's the third person. They don't give a damn. They give two shits about you. They good. It's neither here nor there. It bothers them. You're not a part of their life. You're not a part of their existence. So we're going to talk about person number one, because that's the one that can stop you from being successful and stop your progress. And a lot of time we like to call them haters. I like to believe myself that to know where you're going and get where you're going, the people who have become successful and done things in their career, at some point they had to master and figure out a way to see and know who the haters are. Now, let me back up. Same way I had to back up this morning. when I say the word haters, I have to back up because a lot of us get that word all idea. We get that word discombobulated and bent up because we have no idea what the word actually means, or we stray from the actual meaning and make it what we want to make it. Like people, I'm tired of people saying everybody that don't like something is a hater. That's not what a hater is. That's not what a hater is. How about that might just be a person that don't like that thing that you like? They're not hating on it. They're just not into it. There's people that don't go to comedy shows. I'm a professional comedian, hence the Richard Pryor on my shirt, my chest. But the person that don't go to comedy shows, that don't really care for comedy or like whatever, they're not a hater. They're just not into it. I get it. That's cool. And that's okay because we're all entitled to have our own ideas, our own opinions, and our own likes and dislikes. And that's cool. That doesn't make you a hater. A hater is when you make a conscious effort or energy towards going against something, to impede the success, to impede the progress, whatever. Now you're hating because now you're using energy to stop something. Like you might be hating on that. So to be clear, that's what we say when we say hater, not just anybody that don't like this or don't like that. You have to be clear. And the best analogy I gave this morning was, because we're in football season, football came to mind. I said, well, here's the thing. Look at a football team. The team that has the ball is trying to go over there. They're trying to get to the goal and score. Totally understandably. And it's 11 of these guys. You got the quarterback, he's trying to figure it out and blah, blah, blah. Guess who the other 11 guys are facing them? They're trying to stop them from scoring. They're trying to stop progress. Now that in the essence would be their haters, but they get paid to hate those guys. You know, they're trying to stop you from getting points. Then I'm gonna get the ball, my people get points, and the one with the most points at the end wins. That makes sense in a competitive fashion. Doesn't make sense in a non-competitive fashion that you just, expending energy and effort and all of these things to be evil or to impede somebody's progress. That's a hater. But I firmly believe and know from experience, you have to know where these people are in your life. You're trying to stay motivated. You're trying to be successful. You have a plan, whatever that plan is. We all not comedians. We're all not athletes. We're all not politicians. We're all not lawyers. We're a little bit of everything. And no matter what you are, to be successful and to progress, you need to kind of have your third eye open and know who these people are. So let's talk about it. Let's start with the comedy front. Of course, I'm a comedian. This next good friend of mine is a comedian. Let's bring in comedian extraordinaire, comedian Fig from the new sports show, The Daily Show, Monday through Friday, 1 o'clock is my main man. Y'all give it up for comedian Fig. Let's bring my boy in here and talk some smack of what we're talking about, knowing our haters in the world and the land of comedy. It's Fig. Come on in here, bro. Come on in here. Let me bring Fig. What up?
What the deal, man? Am I sideways?
You are. You're a hater, man.
I'm like, what in the world? Oh, hold up. Why this thing not working, man? Like, really?
Oh, your phone didn't adjust for you?
No, I'm like, what happened?
That's weird. There you go.
There we go. Once upon a time called right now.
There you go. See, there you go. I told you, you don't listen to me. I tell you, once you got off of Boost Mobile, your joint was going to,
Listen, man, I was on Sprint, and then they switched to T-Mobile, and I ain't had no choice. Ain't that something? It's like you drive, like you buy a Ford, and then all of a sudden somebody give you a Yugo. You like, hold up.
But you laughing, Fig, but that happened to me. What was I beefing about? My bank account one time. The bank was the People's Unite. No, it wasn't People. Yeah, no, it was Citizens Bank, right?
Right.
And then Citizens sold a bunch of branches to People's United, and I just got a letter. Oh, you now with People's now? I didn't pick you guys.
It's like, yo, I'm gonna need my $5. Let me get my $5. Yo.
I'm
I
like,
need
yo,
to start.
how is that possible? People could do that with money, nevertheless. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
money, like, dude, that sounded a little crazy to me. Like, okay, like for
dude,
real, choose you
that's
guys.
that's common practice with a house. You know, you buy a house and you get a bank loan, they sell your loan, man, automatically, and somebody else is handling your
But
loan.
see, I could get that. I get that makes more sense than a bank with a bank account. Like, I'm not using none of their money. This is my money.
Yeah,
Now, if I get a loan from you, I've had that happen with like a car loan. Cool, it's their money. If they want to sell it to, I just got to pay my stuff off. But you're talking about my money. I opened this account. I trusted my money in this place, and you send me a letter say, "Yeah, we don't have it no more." See those dudes. I don't think that's right. Anyway, welcome to my show, Motivation Monday. This is my co-host from the box seats. Every day at 1:00, we bring in all the best of sports. We're talking it up, making it funny. Comedian Fig. Did you hear my opening? What I'm talking about today, bro?
no, man, I didn't, man. When I came on, it was just blank. I couldn't hear anything.
So what I'm talking about is every day I dig into different levels of how do we stay motivated? How do we progress? How do we succeed? Whatever a person's plan is, because they need that today with the pandemic. Extra. We need extra. So
Right,
what I thought about this morning was I started talking about knowing our haters in our life, like
right,
knowing them so that we can place them if they got to be in your life. Because some people have this situation where they got to be around for whatever the case may be. It's family, you work in a family business, whatever it is. But you have to
yeah.
know those people, who they are and where they are, so that you can maneuver around. I like to think of it like New York City potholes, right?
Yes, sir.
Haters are like potholes, bro. When you run into a hater, it's like hitting a hard pothole. It could derail you. It could blow your tire out. It could hit
Right.
your oil pan underneath. So many bad things can happen. Bottom line, you could be stranded,
Yes,
messing
sir.
with a pothole. So I figure I bring you on, you and my son today, me and you talking on a comedy level, recognizing the hate over our time, because we've been in the game long enough. We're vets. So we've been in more than hundreds of situations where we like, damn, I can't believe this person hated on me, or why?
Right.
Because that was my first thing. When I first started to learn about haters, I would say in the first 5, 6 years of comedy, that first decade, I was so green.
Yeah.
I was more taken aback and hurt. My feelings were hurt as a
Right.
part of as opposed to knowing how to guard against it or retaliate. I was just more so like in denial. I couldn't believe it because I was like, I
Right.
didn't do nothing to nobody.
Right. Right. And man, like with me, man, it's just like I try my best not to entertain negativity. You know what I mean? I try and pass it off so I don't let it become a part of my everyday life or a part of my thought pattern, because I truly believe that no, even your haters, they they may be able to hinder you, but nobody can really stop you. You know what I mean? Your talent, no pun intended, is
Right.
gonna make room for you. You know what I mean? You got a gift. That gift has to be expressed. And the people that appreciate that, no matter who they are, whether it be 10 people or 10,000 people, those people are going to gravitate towards you no matter what people say and no matter what people do. So the way that I navigate things is I just try and make it like water. I'm just like, okay, this door is closed. Let me try and find another one. You know what I mean? Let me try and maneuver around that. Let me try and go another direction. And I gravitate towards the people who appreciate what I do,
Right.
like what I do, and then we vibe. Because if somebody don't like you, ain't no need in you trying to convince them to like you, especially unless you did something to them. If you ain't do nothing to them, then they hate
And
don't
that's what
have
I'm
no
saying. But Vic,
foundation.
but see, here's the funny thing, because I'm like the same way you just described how you deal and handle it. Me too. However, what I've learned over the years is two things. I've learned that one, with society is changing to this cancel culture. They move so fast on whatever they hear, right? So it's not that I'm concerned about me. I know I can handle me, but the people that get this false information or this hating, desperate information, they react different nowadays. That's first of all. Second of all,
Right.
I learned a couple of times that a person don't even need to dislike you or hate you to hate on you.
Right.
It could be just something to do for them.
That's wild, man. It's just like but you know what? I think, I'll be honest with you, in order for somebody to really hate on you or to have negativity towards you, it's got to be, to me, it's got to be something in them. You know what I mean? It's something you don't like about yourself to make you try and take that out on somebody else. Like when somebody says misery love company, you know what I mean? So you got to find, it's whatever it is that you got against somebody else, that's something that's in you that you don't like about yourself. Like you know, you successful, talent, you've done a lot of things, you know what I mean? And people hate you because they probably want to do some of the things that you did. You know what I mean? Like, he don't deserve that. Why not me type of thing.
Right.
Because it's like, you can't make me the reason why you're not successful. Like, I didn't have nothing to do with it. It's not like I said, yo, don't hire this dude or don't hire this girl. You know what I mean? So why are you mad at me? Because I got an opportunity that you thought that you should have.
Mm-hmm.
Then maybe that ain't your opportunity. So I just think about it like, yo, if you don't like yourself, then what you're going to do is you're going to project that on other people. You're going to take that out on other people. You having a bad day, you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, you may curse out a few people on your way to the job. It really ain't had nothing to do with the people you cursing out. That's on you. You know what I mean? Who told you not to get that tube of toothpaste? You know you ran out.
I know that's right. And the funny thing is, like generation wise, like the term hater, right? That come from us. Like we started the whole you're a hater, right? But
right.
Now when you fast forward 20 years or whatever, the young people have overused it. Everything's hating. Everything's not hating.
Yo, it's not. It's not. Yo, some of this stuff is crazy. I'm like, yo, this word has been taken way out of context by this next generation. It's like, yo, what are you talking about? It's like, you know what, especially they use it with right now, like we do the sports show, the boxing, LeBron James. You can't say nothing about LeBron James without somebody calling you a hater, yo. I'm like, yo, what are you talking about, B? And like, yo, LeBron James is way better than Michael Jordan. I'm like, son, LeBron James came see Michael Jordan. Like, I don't care. And then the funny part is they start bringing in other stuff. Yeah, well, he didn't have no father. I'm like,
No, but see, that's what this is what we got to talk about, because generation wise, it's crazy. Generation to generation just keep changing. Let me bring my son in, because my son is, I believe, 28 now, as of July, I think it is. Welcome, young talent to the show. Bring
yes,
talent
sir.
in here. What up, young? See how young people don't even be ready. What up, yo?
Where your light at, son?
Turn your phone sideways if you can. Use up more space. Look at these young people, man.
He got the light behind him. That's what
look, he probably rolling a blunt as we speak, this dude.
Nah, I'm chilling.
Hey, so do you hear the conversation now?
Nah, it didn't even let me in here because it was saying to wait until you put me in the room.
Okay, so we're going to catch you up to the speed. We're talking about, this is my Motivational Monday thing, and to help people stay motivated, we're telling people we beware of haters. First of all, we have to know where the haters in our lives are for us to be successful and progressive. I think that if you try to do it, whatever your plan is, it may be entertainment, may not be, but I think if people have a plan and they do have four, let's say they know 20 people, but 4 of those people are haters and don't want them to win. If you don't know who they are and you don't know where they are, you leave yourself open and vulnerable for them to impede in on how much success or how successful you end up being. Now, I brought you on for several reasons. One, you got your music thing popping, the video thing popping, and you got the stand-up comedy thing popping. So you're touching on different things at one time. So I'm sure you've seen haters. Now, in your generation, like we said, what we made the word up to mean, your generation took the word and just got extra with the shit. Like everything's a hater now. Like you're like, yo, how you like this music? Yeah, I'm not feeling it. He's a hater. Yo. He just don't like that record.
Yeah. It's like either you a hater or you a dick rider. If you like it, you know. I don't know. I don't know if this
Hold
is
up,
like
if you like it, you're a dick rider.
like if you show love to somebody, like I don't know if this is supposed to be a clean show or nothing like that, but you know,
Okay.
it's like if you show somebody like too much love, they're like, oh you dick riding, like you D riding or whatever like that. But if then it's like it's vice versa. If you say anything negative, it's like, oh, you a hater, bro. It's like no middle ground really. Like you can't
Right.
be.
That's the shit you was just talking about, Fig.
Yeah, man. Like, yo, where's the support, yo?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't. So if I'm down with somebody or I like what they do now I'm D riding. I'm like, yo, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So you either on somebody or you a hater.
Yeah.
No middle ground. Like it's just you either hot or cold. Ain't no warm in it. Ain't nothing warm about this.
Exactly.
So let me
That's
ask you
crazy.
this, Pete, from your generation, because of this whole cancel culture thing. So how long or how far back y'all going before y'all be canceling people? Because I said some shit like a while back.
Hilarious.
You know, I'll be saying shit like faggot, you know. So how far back?
Word.
How far? I just want to know so I could go back and get the shit I did. You know what I'm saying? Before they get, you know.
I
But
don't know, man. I feel like it don't even matter how far back. This is like, you seen what happened with Kevin Hart. It's like once you get to a certain, I don't know. I feel like it's once you get to a certain level, it's like they got to find a way to break you down. It don't matter how far back, you know.
But you know, it's always been like that in this country. People don't pay attention, but this is what America's always been, especially with those of us who they consider like entertainers, right?
Yeah.
It's always been like that. Like it happens in corporate America, don't get me wrong, but we're more poster childish. Like they're able to make examples of us. Like right now, if you grab the CEO of, I don't know, like a Dunkin' Donuts or owner of a Blimpie or Subway or something, like it's not going to be as big of an example as me taking the Oscars away from Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Know,
I grabbed that through the mud.
To me, I may be getting a little bit off here, man, but to me, that is almost like the way white America has been doing black heterosexual men ever since we came over here on the slave ship. Because you know, back in the day on the plantation, they took the biggest, the strongest, the most heterosexual male, and they broke him down and made everybody else watch. So they made an example so everybody else would fall in line and say, yo, if you don't stay in line, this can happen to you. That to me, that's what they did to Kevin Hart. You understand what I'm saying? He said some stuff, you know what I mean, about gays and whatever and stuff like that. And then he apologized for it and then moved on. But here they dangled a carrot.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, we got this for you, but if you want it, then you're gonna have to, you know, get on your knees and tell us how sorry you are and stuff like that.
First of all, stop disrespecting Terry Crews. Go ahead. This is a clean
Terry
show,
Crews,
Big. We don't need you doing that.
Yo, Terry Crews is a big monster, and he joined the Me Too movement because his manager fondled him. I'm like, dude.
So
he's bugging out.
So who's the hater in this situation? Like, because I got my own beliefs in this shit. Because one thing I do, whenever an episode of anything comes up, anything hits the news, anything breaking happened this time ago, happened this blah blah blah. To me, I look at the timing of it, and I start to put the story together myself.
Right.
Because you'd be surprised how easy it is when you look at the timing of things. Like you said, you were absolutely right, Fig. The movement was happening, the Me Too movement, and some wise person felt like, you know what, you could be the first dude part of the movement or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, because to me, look, as a heterosexual male looking at it, never in a million years would I think of jumping in. It's like double that game for them. Like, I'm looking at it like, this is for the leg. Go ahead, girls, get yours. I'm not in no form or fashion. Am I like, how can I get in there? But people love their 15 minutes. And
Right.
Jerry said, you know what? It was that one time. It was that one time at the party. Let me go and tell my story. Very suspect, bro. Very
And your
suspect.
dog just needed his 15 minutes. He was like, yo, I need to be a part of this show.
No, he heterosexual. He don't like, whenever I start talking to the homo stuff, it's okay, not me. Well, how you feel about that, Fig, timing wise?
You know what it is, because as soon as you as soon as you're about to achieve something, then somebody come out with something negative on you. You understand what I'm saying, T? Like Kevin Hart, he was just about to get the Oscars. You know what I mean? He was just about to host the Oscars. So they brought out something negative that he had to go back and address. I don't know if you remember when Obama was running for president and he was about to be elected, they came out and said something about like the pastor of his church, you know what I mean, saying something about America. And then he had to go back and he had to separate himself, you know what I mean, or he had to separate himself from his pastor if he wanted to be president, because they was going to bring that up against him. Clarence Thomas, he was about to be Supreme Court justice. Then you know, the girl came out and said, you know, so as you know, he did this to me. He sexually harassed me. It's just like every time you're about to make a big step,
right,
that's in the public eye, they always have somebody come out against you, or somebody say you did something in your past that you have to apologize for. I'm thinking to myself, like you said, Town, how far back do you have to go before you get, you know, before you can say, why do I need to apologize for something? Because I just say, look, like what they did with Cosby. They say he did something to women. It is. You know, it is or it isn't. I don't know. You know what I mean? They brought out the evidence. They accused him, but this was 40 years ago. And people are persecuting him now. I'm just saying, if you're going to judge me at this age for the stuff I did when I was 18, then I want to know who is not guilty of anything. You understand what I'm saying? Because first off, I'm not even the same person I was 20 years. I'm not even the same person I was 10 years ago, let alone 20 years ago, 30 years ago. To me, it's just like ridiculous. Why do you have to go back and apologize for something that's already done? I spilled milk on the floor when I was 10 years old. Do I need to go back and apologize for that at 40?
Yeah.
That's stupid. It's like it's done. It's over. And what is the apology going to do? Is the offended party going to be like, is the offended party going to be made whole?
What are
you
fixing by the apology?
They just want you to kiss their feet at some point. It's like
exactly
with Kevin Hart. Like Kevin Hart, even his apology wasn't good enough for them. Like when he was like, "Yo, this is my past. I changed.
Right.
I'm not talking about this no more." But they like, yeah, but you got to say something about like violence towards gay people. You got like they was, you know, it's like yeah, but you gotta, you know.
But I give it to him because in the end, at the end of the day, which I don't even know why I said that phrase. I hate that phrase. At the end of the day, he stood his ground. Right. And he said, listen, I've been apologized. I'm not doing, you know what? Take your Oscars, man. I'm good. Like he didn't even wait for them to say, we don't want you. He said, I'm good. I'd fall back. I'm good. And for that, you know, I said, you know what? That's the Kev I know. That's the Kev that I started on the road and on the tour. And it's good to see people hold on to a piece or whatever, you know, when your back's pressed against that wall. Now, my thing is this. We can have it both ways. I think the problem is, and this is where the haters come back in at. The problem is America keeps forcing the issue that you can't do more than one thing at a time. We are more than one thing. We are more than one, able-bodied person. Everybody, look at, if you haven't learned anything from people who come out and they're a rapper, then they become a movie star, then they become a producer, then they become this, that, and the third, and then they got a production company, then they open a school. We're more than one thing. So I can say this and still be this. You know what I mean? I used to be that and do this. That's why when you brought up earlier, Fig, before Tal came on, you brought up the LeBron analogy. It makes the most sense in the world because we have yet to get to that place where we put everybody together and they coexist. When we talk about success, progress, who's the best, who's the baddest, we always have to end up with the winner, the one winner, like,
Right.
which is asinine to me. You know what I mean? Like, I got an argument last night. My boy Rick was a New Edition hater last night. Like, we're just drinking and talking, and he's talking, music is playing, and he's talking, oh, the greats and the blah, blah, blah. So it's 6 or 7 people, and we naming people, and we go, yeah, you know, like New Edition. Rick goes, New Edition ain't great. I said, Rick. He starts to name people that this great group, you can't take nothing away from New Edition. The numbers don't lie. The numbers dwarf the numbers of everybody he's naming. I'm like, dude, you're not making sense. If you're saying, and he would say the words, well, this one here, the platinum this, and the platinum that. Do you understand how many platinums? And then they broke up and everybody went individually and still making platinums, then came back and made more platinums. Nobody's doing that. I said the Jackson 5, as great as they was, can't hold it to them because soon as Mike left, other than Jermaine, nobody had a career.
It fell apart. Right. Reby was hot for one song.
They wasn't in the group.
I know. Mike was the only one holding water. When New Edition broke up, you had Bobby Brown, you had Ralph Tresvant, you had BBD. You know what I mean? Johnny was on his, like, everybody was hot.
First of all, Johnny was reborn through New Edition. His whole career got revived. So that right there is another, you know, a champion testament. But more importantly, when Mike left the Jackson 5, other than Jermaine, it got so bad Joe Jackson had to go start whooping Reby ass and Janet ass to get some more records out. You know it's bad when you go whoop the girls' ass. You got to beat a hit out of them. Go get your ass out the bed. He pulled them out of bunk beds and put them in the studio. And that's how you got Janet Jackson and Reby Jackson. Now tell them real quick, because I want to go to your generation. When I talk about your generation, what us as a music star, dude, producer, doing your thing, and now a new comedian out there, you hitting the stages, you're putting the work in. I see you. I appreciate it. And what are some of the examples of hate, little here and there that you see? Because you built from your father's cloth, so you know how to do like this and keep it moving. And then we shrug it off and we bigger than that and keep it moving. You probably never called nobody on it in its essence, but you seen it and recognized it.
I wouldn't say like blatant. I've gotten any like blatant haters or anything like that. But like, you know how when you post, it's like when you post something on Instagram, you get different likes based on what you posted. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'll post a video, I'll get some like a sketch or something like that. I'll probably get mad support. But if I post like a flyer for like a show or something, and like people feel like if they like that flyer that they saying that they going or some shit. So it's like, I was talking to Julio about that. I'm like, people are funny. Like how it's like when a fine girl, she posts her ass, she get mad likes, and then she posts a picture with her boyfriend, and then nobody liked the picture type shit like that. Like,
that's some real stuff though. That's real though.
That's hilarious.
I don't really get no blatant hate from nobody. Like somebody like coming up to me like, or I remember when I was first started doing comedy, I had that joke about like when I get off stage, and I could tell how well I did just by the way people talk to me after I get off stage. So it's like if I'm not funny, they'll say everything under the sun except hit you with that, yo, keep doing your thing, you know? That, you know? But it's like that.
Yo, because the person feel like, you know what's funny about audience members? They feel like whatever they say is a commitment. So it's like, I might be one to go encourage you, but you wasn't funny. So for me to say, yo, you was funny, I'm kind of committing myself.
Yeah. Like, yo, I see where you going with that. I see.
Yeah, just keep up the good work.
They hit you with a backhand and like, hey, man, you got the potential in you.
Yeah, I see something. I see it. You know what's funny though, T? That's the difference between us and a white audience. Mm-hmm. You perform in a white audience, there'll be silent. And you be like, yo, I'm bombing, yo. And when you come off the stage, they be like, yo, you were fantastic. You were great. Oh my God,
Yo,
man, can I see you again? You know what I mean? As a white audience, you bomb in a black crowd.
So white people got less haters?
Yo.
I don't know if they be trying to. I don't know. They be trying to just pander to black people. Like they just feel bad for you. Like yo,
you are amazing.
Wait a minute.
Oh my God.
So you're saying white people, they make bad haters.
They
Look,
are
they hate the whole
haters.
show, don't say nothing. Then you get up, they go, yo, you was amazing.
You was amazing. But you know what? See, that's what I don't, you know what? And that's what I don't like. I need the real. When I'm doing what I'm doing, I need the real. Don't tell me I was great to my face, and then when I leave, he was like, he was awful. I don't ever want to see him again. You know what I mean? It's like going on an interview. It's been years, but you know when you go on that interview and they'd be like, oh man, that's okay, all right, that was fantastic. Well, listen, we're gonna be in touch with you. This is where we can contact you. Okay, all right. So we're gonna be in touch. We're gonna interview a few more people. But then we're gonna be in touch with you by Monday at the latest. You'll hear from us, and you be walking out of there. Yeah, I got that. I slammed that. And as soon as you leave, they toss your resume right in the round file right there. Like,
you get that email. You on the bus home. You get the email. It seems that we are looking to go in a different direction.
Exactly.
Hold up though. I appreciate that. Let me tell you something. I wish that would have happened to me. The first Def Comedy Jam audition I did that I made and was supposed to tape, right? That season, I ended up taping. I was going to tape because I did the audition at the Peppermint Lounge, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm deep in the line. It's about 18 people going up. I'm like 13, 14, right? So I'm nervous as hell. I'm like, man, I said, people gonna be tired. It's already, the Mint's already a rough room. So I'm like, this ain't gonna go good. I do it. I destroy it. Everybody's bopping, Bob, something to come. Yo, hit me with the Bob. Say no more. Say this before they said say less, T. Don't even work it, bro. So I'm like, what? So-and-so gonna be calling you, boom. So, dude, this is a Thursday night. I leave there, I'm tired as hell going to work Friday morning, but I'm high off of this good news, so I'm gonna make it through the day. I'm working in a warehouse, big. They got the phones on the walls. It's like 3 phones back there, one at the main wall, one in the middle, one at the end. So as I'm walking around picking orders and doing warehouse shit, every time I pass one of them phones,
They about to call you.
I just stare at the phone like, they ain't called yet. So what happened is when you get a call, it goes through the office part. So they'll come through the loudspeaker. James, how you got a call on line 3? So I'm waiting for that. I get those all day, but it's other branches ordering stuff, right? I'm like, yo, where the hell is this call? Long story short, the call never come.
Wow.
I got picked and then unpicked, right? I would have aired on Def Jam a year sooner, but I got unpicked. So it was eating me up. So finally, Bob tells me, he don't tell me until the damn tapings. I never get the call. I would appreciate what T said, the email or the call, like, yeah, we going different. I never got that. So you leaving this young brain just bubbling. Everything up here was like ramen noodles. It wasn't sitting right? So I'm like, yo, they never called the night. So come to find out, we're drinking together and they already taping in the shows. And Bob go, yeah, T, yeah, man, but you had the big music bit at the end for the stand ovation. We don't, Def Jam don't clear no music, only Def Jam music. People never knew that, self-included. We thought nobody said don't do a music bit, they're not clear. So he knew my set. You go up there, you do the set, and I got more stuff. So you could have said you down, but don't do the music. I did a different set, but they never called at all. So I would rather going in another direction.
Yeah. At least you
tell me something
to apply to something else.
Yo, man, when you're on the stage, man, in a black crowd, look, if they let you get through without booing you, then you get to come off stage, they be like, yeah, man, they go up to the dude that was funny. You know what I mean? Yo, man, you was great. You was absolutely hilarious. I was falling out of my seat. You know what I mean? You was absolutely, man, crazy, crazy funny. And they look at you and be like, yeah, you was good too. Keep doing your thing, man. You know,
Yeah.
keep doing your thing. Yeah,
That'd be
keep
the
working.
worst. That'd be worse.
You gonna be all right.
When you right next to somebody that killed, you just chilling with them. Somebody, yo, you was mad funny, son. And they look at you like, yo, I'm gonna holler.
You're like, yeah, you was on the show too. That's what they say. You was on the show too.
Sometimes you got the reverse psychology hater, right? And that's the person that he know you bomb. They know you bomb. You know you bomb. They know you bomb. But they come over there and act like that's not the case. Get a reverse psychology, like, yo, dude, yo, you was crazy. You like, yeah, bombed. He's like, nah, dude. Yo, you brilliant the way you thinking and that. So now this dude keep you in that bombing zone because you think the man told you you got some genius shit. You go to the next club, same genius ass bomb. Because this dude, the reverse psychology, hated on whatever the case may be. See, now me and Fig Talent, we come from an era where the only reason I'm able to be as good of a host as I am right now is because we cut from a cloth of a guy, God bless the great Monteria Ivy, right?
Yes, sir.
Guys like the guys that was hosting when I was coming up was Hamburger, Terry Hodges, Monty, Bill Bellamy. Those were the main hosts of major rooms that we played. And one thing I can say about all of them, not one, not two, not three, every host in that era had no problem with helping you going forward. You know, if they see some menu and they was like, they'll pull you to say, hey, don't never do this, do that, boom, boom. Not steering you wrong, not reverse psychology, but giving you real good information that you can take and carry on.
But if you bomb on one of their stages,
they'll light you up.
When they come back and grab that mic, they gonna destroy you in front of the crowd. They gonna destroy you.
That's funny.
But later on, after the show, they gonna come up to you and they gonna tell you. Monty used to do that all the time. He was like, "Look, I had to get you. You bombed." He was like, "I can't go up there and pretend like it didn't happen. The audience saw it.
Right.
You felt it. I had to address it. I can't act like it didn't happen. So I had to address it." He said, but after he give you some good advice on where you went wrong, what you need to do, and how you can fix it.
That's right.
Yeah.
But see, and you learned that, took that on. So when the next event, that fast forward a year, you're in the same position. And now you know how to handle it.
Right. Right.
That's funny. That Fig, he said that if you bomb or whatever, they'll light you up. Like, it's funny that I heard that my dad's famous for doing that too to people. Like, I was listening to Derek Gaines' podcast and he was talking about how, like, I don't know, he was somewhere or whatever. He got on stage. I think it was a couple times he just talked about how if you ain't do good, like, you just crack on them after. I think one of them, he actually did good, but it was like the jacket that he had on, he's like, yeah, man, he did his thing. But what was good with that jacket? Like, he lit him up. Like,
because like here's the thing about the host. And I always try to tell comics this. It's like the host job, see, the comedian can do his job well and don't necessarily have to become one with the audience. They can take you into their world because they have a set that once I start telling the story, I'm bringing everybody in, you take the ride with me, boom, thank you, good night. The host doesn't fully have that luxury. The best hosting job you're going to do is by connecting, becoming, you know how we say in sports, the 12th man in football, the crowd.
The crowd.
So the host is the extra man from the audience. He's part of the show, but he has to become one with his audience so that they're on the same page. So you could be funny as hell, but we're all looking at you like, why did he wear that shirt?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's the elephant in the room at that point. So I gotta go up there. You know how many times I had to hit Bubba Ice? You see the shit Bubba wear? Bubba is only halfway safe if he's hosting bringing me up. If I'm hosting bringing Bubba, that's another 20 minutes.
Yo, it's hilarious. I want to know one question. Where does Bubba shop? Like, where can you get some of the stuff that he's wearing? Jesus.
Yeah. And you know where he's shopping. Bubba dressed like he drive around neighborhoods looking for yard sales, right? And just randomly pull over like, oh shit. And go through their shit. And he get all those clothes in a dresser or an end table at the same time. But the point is, you know he's not getting that from no up-to-date store.
Oh man, ain't no stores carrying that stuff no more.
See, people laugh at what Bubba wear now. If you go back 15 years and see what he really used to wear, people now get paid wearing the costumes Bubba used to wear. You realize that? You realize that, Fig? Like those animal suits with the feet,
yeah,
furry joint. People wear those now. Those you call mascots now.
Bubba's a comedian mascot.
Yo, Tina, dude had one time. Bubba had on the fur claws of a bear and the feet. Some big crazy carnival hat, brown color, the matching thing, but the furry paws with the claws and the feet. The music was playing, the Bubba was up there, rah, 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 rah. And I was sitting there like, and people giggling and laughing. And I'm like, okay, as soon as the music dropped, Bubba gonna do this.
Take it off.
I kick these off and get into some comedy. The whole set. You know what I'm saying, baby boo? Wow. I was like, yo. I was like, how do you expect to get any ass after this?
Hey, somebody like that. Somebody into that. Somebody in the world is into
that. My God.
I tell you one thing, whoever that somebody is, they better be ready to hibernate with this thing.
Exactly, because he's going to be there a while. Bubba ain't leaving.
No, but that's real talk. But so, getting back what we're talking about, so T said he never had no blatant hate that you know of. You know what I mean? Like sometimes hate is subtle. Every hate ain't this big blow up thing. It could be something subtle like you just mentioned, like you hear a lot of stories about me. Coming behind me, don't get it wrong. You may come across some people that feel like they want to take it out on you because they couldn't take it out on me. So you may show up to a play. Oh, it's nice crowd. Hey, can I get 5 minutes? And the host look at you, and he might be a guy that I never gave 5 minutes of that. You talent, right? Like, yeah. Nah, we booked up.
Yeah.
And you sitting there like looking around like, I thought I just heard you on the phone. Your comics ain't here yet. They'll be. When guys do obvious blatant like that, it's subtle. You know what I mean? Right. But it's obvious. It's like you obviously need a comic. Somebody's running late. Hey, I got 5 minutes. Nah. You got to be horrible or the person just don't want you up there for whatever political or personal reasons that may be. So going forward, is it the same way in music, you find?
I don't know. Cause like when I first started rapping, I thought I was nice, you know, but I listened back to that. I listened back to my early music. I'm like, ugh. So it's like, I've definitely been getting, have I gotten better? It's more love, but it's hard to just it's hard to get people to listen to like, you know, it's hard to just like get people out of their like, people listen to who they listen to. It's hard to just get people to jump on something new that they didn't find themselves. You know what I mean? It's like people want to feel like, oh, I found this new artist. Yeah. You know what I mean? They don't want to feel like it's just, you know, you.
But see, that's smart that you even have that perception of reality. That shows your intellect that you're smart, because the average artist is not going to even get it that way. The way you just sum that up, it's so now. You're right, and that's why. I think it does a big disservice to y'all. When records went away, you know what I mean? When records went away, it did a disservice because now everything is who's streaming what. When we were coming up, you drop a record, boom. Don't let it be a hit. Because now if it's a hit, now I want to hear everything you got.
Right.
That's how you got a fan back then. They dropped the record, the airways played, oh, that's kind of hot. And then once it became a hit and everybody's playing, now what else you got? I want to hear everything you got. I want to consume everything. You know what I mean? You're right. People feel like, and that's a part of this new society. People feel like they want to discover it. You can't make me like it. Like, let me discover it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which is very weird.
It's
like
like in basketball. Some people think they discovered the new Jordan with LeBron James.
That's a good point. But we've seen those guys come and go, huh? What about
all the time?
Remember Baby Jordan? Who was that? Harold Miner?
Harold Miner.
This dude was jumping out of the gym, T. They couldn't wait to label him Baby Jordan. And don't get me wrong, he was jumping out the gym.
Let me ask you something.
He jumped all the way.
Who?
He jumped so high out of the gym. He's out of the league.
I'm like, who?
Who? Exactly. That's my point. But again, that's that mild hating going back, whether you're in the NBA, NFL, you have this guy who's on top. People will, but this is what I find in America, man. We are the most hatingest nation. We will take the ride on building your ass up. And when you get to where we think you high or whatever, and wait a minute, he too high, let's get something back down. You know what I mean?
I feel like it's related to capitalism, because capitalism make you think that in order for you to win, somebody else got to lose. You know what I mean? So
right.
It's like you see something going up. It's like, you taking food out of my mouth. Like, but it's like everybody can eat. You know what I mean?
You know what it's like? It's strange. It's like Cardi B, man. She was dope when she was stripping. She was still dope when she got a reality show and she talked funny. She had a chipped tooth. As soon as she made a record and she fixed her teeth, now everybody hating on her.
It's like, what?
But it's like, yo, she fixed her teeth. Yo, why would you fix your teeth?
Because we love entertainment, long as it stays in entertainment's place. The minute that we step out of that box, look at the old girl, Laura Ingraham, Shut Up and Dribble. Society really feels like that about us entertainers and athletes. It's like, yo, okay, it was cool. Yeah, Cardi B, good beat, red bottom shoes. Yeah, fuck you, bitch. And then you wake up one day and Cardi B comes on and go, yo, fuck Trump, vote for Biden. You like, how many followers? She got 12 million people listening to that shit.
Yeah.
Power. Now I got a problem with you. Now that I see the numbers that you got swaying with your ideas and opinions, if I don't agree with those opinions, I got a problem.
Yeah. Because they taking power away from you.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's something real dope that you said, T, is that we bought into the illusion of lack, that only one person could be successful. And that really is talent. That really is with our people more so than anybody else. Because we bought into it. It's almost like the crabs in the barrel type mentality, because if he get on top, that means they only let a few in. Only a few of us could be successful at a time. So if you're successful, that means I can't be successful. But when you look around, all of the other cultures, they got hundreds and thousands of people that are successful. So why can't we be?
Right. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. And the funny thing about it is, I think that in America, all cultures bought into it, but I think that some of us act on it more literal than others. I think in the Black community, we're very literal with how we act on it. You know what I mean? Like, you can literally see Black people fight over something one time, and immediately I get a vision of crabs in a barrel in my head.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? White people will take something very intensely. Look at Wall Street and the stock market when cats was jumping out of the window.
I'm ruined.
You know what I mean? But see, we're more prone to take it. That's why I say, like, when you look at the culture right now, Black Lives Matter, equality, blah, 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 blah. People get upset, man, what fuck equality? I'm like, they just want this, they just blah, blah, blah. I'm like, why are you upset? Do you know what it even means? Because for me to get equality doesn't mean you lose anything. It just means we level out.
Yeah.
Right.
You still got yours. I'm just still now allowed to have mine.
Right.
Both of us.
Right. It's just like, I got mine and you get yours, and because you got yours, now I want to burn yours down.
Right.
Exactly.
It's crazy, man. Listen, and we could go on and on forever. I got to wrap the show up in about 5 minutes. I want to thank y'all for giving me the time. T,
Yes, sir.
do what you do. See, I got to start smoking weed like my son because he don't see no trouble in the world. He's like, nobody did nothing to me. I'm good. That's a true weed smoker. Like, yo, are you okay? Are the police wilding? No, the block is nice. I just bought another
everything
chair.
is good.
Yesterday, I'm gonna sit
Hey,
out there.
man, they say there's a lot of shootings. I didn't hear no gunshots.
Hilarious. He's like, yo, everything is good, yo. I ordered this Domino's pizza with ham and pineapple. I'm good, yo. Everything is great.
My boy right there, man. I love you, Bing. Thank you. Thanks for your time, T.
Love
Call
you too,
later,
man. All right.
Clap it up for Talon Harris, man. My son in
Talon!
the building, man. That's what I'm talking about right there. Sitting here on Motivational Monday, crazy as hell. So, Fig, that's basically what it is, man. It's an easy conversation to have because we walk it and talk it and live it on a daily basis. You know what I mean, my brother?
Right.
And me and you coming out of that same generation, veteran generation of stand-up comedians, we've seen it. See, the younger comics are not going to see what we see because of a number of reasons. One is our 25 and 30 years in the game has kind of opened the door and set the stage for a much nicer time for them.
Man.
No, for real. I mean, honest to God, when I look at stand-up, I remember getting into it in 90 where the cat was like, we already got the black comic, or we're not putting up any black comics, or come back on Black Night, or about, the stage wasn't fully set. We had our places, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't fully graduated to a platform that so in essence, to sum that up, the system of what we came through was our ultimate haters.
Exactly. And we still, to a certain degree, we know that we still have a little bit of segregation in entertainment because there's plenty of mainstream comedy clubs that still have Black Night. So it hasn't really gone away. I mean, it's gotten a lot easier. It's gotten a lot better. But we came up through the ranks, man, where our shows was for gangsters. We performed for gangsters because those were the guys who had the money to pay us.
Yeah.
And the comedy clubs wasn't having us. The mainstream rooms wasn't having us.
Right. Well,
so we had to create our own. And usually when we create our own, ours is better. But we don't know that ours is better because we always believe that theirs is better. And what we usually do, we create our own, we make it better, and then somebody comes along and says, I can give you X amount of dollars for that, and then we sell it.
That's true. But here's the thing. Here's how I know that I'm talking from our thing. Here's how I know that we made progress over the years. Because I know it sounds like we joke a lot, but it sounds crazy, but we're not exaggerating when we say they called it Black Night. I'm glad we graduated from calling it Black Night, and the names have got creative, and some of it's named after its host or the comic who starts it or the promotion who promotes it. And that's progress. You know what I mean? Because it was a time where it was Black Night. Oh, no, you can't go up tonight. I'll come back Wednesday on Black Night, and that really was it. I've seen comedy clubs have the balls to have it printed on advertisers and calendars. Black Night.
Black Night.
Thirsty Thursday or First Wednesday or whatever the hell.
Yeah, tripping on Tuesdays.
Yeah, whatever it is. So now that you got these names, I don't mind a chocolate sundaes. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't mind mochas and stuff like that we know it's us and we know it's camaraderie with our people, but we're not pigeonholed and confined to this. Because I don't know, maybe it's just me, but the word black sometimes is like saying the word pussy. It hurts. I don't like to say that word a lot. When I hear it, I cringe. And if black's not used right, I'll cringe also. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, with that said, man, thank you so much for your time. Comedian,
yo, man, appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me
with me and Frank Holder from the Humor Mill. 1:00. We stream on all our Facebook pages. 1 p.m. Monday through Friday. We got the hottest sports show going. The Box Seats, people. Be on it. Thank you, Fig. I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you very much for stopping by. That's my man, Comedian Fig, here on Motivation Mondays. In closing, people, know that I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. I hope we shed a little light as well as humor You know what I mean? Every chance I get, I'll bring some humor to the plate too, so we can eat everything all together like one big smorgasbord. But more importantly, remember what I said in the opening: to be successful, to do the things you need to do, you do have to recognize the true haters that don't want to see you win. And I'm not saying you absolutely can't have to deal with them ever. I'm saying know who they are, know where they are, or place them where you need them to be so that they don't become a pothole in your lawn. This is your boy Talent, Motivation Mondays. I'll see you next week. Boom.